Let's watch the part of the video. And the professor said the first time when she met her advisor, then she bowed to her advisor. Yeah, actually, this complaint is very common in Asia, many Asia countries. I have no idea about in Thailand and Indonesia, but in Taiwan, in China, as I know, in Korea, in Japan, we have similar situation. But in this class, I know the next 2 years, you will go to the US to study. Thus, I try to follow the rules, the situations in the US. Thus, in the beginning of the class, I said, call me $1, like the situation. But I admit myself, I didn't do that. Let me show you this one. For example, I have an example here. Oh, here is my blogger, and okay, it's me. It's me. About the year of 2006, my advisor, Dr. Thomas Hennig Klein, and he said Hennig is his wife's family name. Klein is his family name, and they put them together. I think it's very common. And my name is $1. The first time I met my advisor, I said, Dr. Hennig Klein, can I join your team? Can I join your lab to do research to finish my PhD program? But later, I know the situation. Hey, Thomas, I want to report my research result. Oh, no, not today. Today I'm busy. How about Friday? Friday is okay. So since we learned the style from the US, in this classroom, I try to encourage you. You call me $1. Call me, but sometimes you call me teacher. That's okay. That's the term in Taiwan style. In the US, we never call the teacher as a teacher. And in few situations, we call Professor Thomas, Professor Anderson, I have a question. That's very polite. But generally in the classroom, for example, I joined a course called Biostatistics. And the teacher's name, the professor is Russell. And a student looks very smart, and he said, hi Ross, I have a question. Yeah, go ahead. Ross and Russell, that's different. For example, my nickname is $1. My full name is I-Yuan Zhang. Official name is I-Yuan Zhang. They call Ross, there's a nickname. Russell is the formal name of the professor. So I try to share my information I learned from the US with you. So call me $1, and teacher is okay, but that's Taiwanese style. That is not the US style. You need, but as I know, when I was a PhD in the US, we never got a roll call. We never been checked our attendance. But now we are in Taiwan. We need to check the student number 1. Are you there? Okay, check. The student number 2. Are you there? Okay, check. No. It's Taiwanese style is different. So I will clearly express the situation to you. Okay? Got it? So in the beginning, I called, hi, Thomas, I have a question. In the beginning, I said, Dr. Hennig Klein, I have a question. But I don't know why we prefer to call Dr. blah blah instead of Professor blah blah. I don't know why. And maybe they prefer to call doctor. It's okay. And later, hey, Thomas, I have a good experiment results. I want to show you. Sure, tomorrow at PM, come to lab. It's okay. So that's one thing. The other, in Taiwan, we were educated to return your reports or your documents to professor or to teacher with two hands. It's polite, but in the US, just one hand to one hand. You need to practice it naturally. Naturally. For example, okay, I give you my document. Receive it just one hand. Yep, my document. Okay, and return your report to me. Sure. Oh, looks good. Like this. But in time, there's different situation. For example, I cannot say good or bad. For example, this is my business car. Business car in Taiwan, only in Taiwan. But I have no idea in other country. I need to rotate the kind of the situation to you. You can receive it and read it directly. If I have different direction, you need to rotate it. No, it's implied. Hi, Dr. No, nice to meet you. My name is $1. Nice to meet you. And we need to bow a little bit bow. Yep, you can. And then with our two hands. That is in Taiwan. But in the US, I ever exchange my business card with my Japanese friend, just one hand. Just one hand. So different countries has different rules. We need to learn all of them. All of them. That's one thing. That's one. Okay, let's come back to our. Okay, no, not good or bad, because we are learning different culture. Okay, let's go back to. Okay, and no one to fill the form. I believe maybe you are not. No, well, if you don't know the website, I just pass it to our group, and so far no student to share the information. I encourage everyone to do that. Okay. To find the appropriate website, I demonstrated 3 websites as about the vitamins, about the trace minerals. You can like this, just one sentence. For example, in the advertisement, it says the iron is good, the copper is good, something like this. And later, I will suggest you to share your ideas. Okay, let's go back. Let's come back to the iron. The iron in the hemoglobin binds to the oxygen in the capillaries of the lungs and transports it to cell, where the oxygen is released. If the iron level is low, the hemoglobin is not synthesized in sufficient amount, and the oxygen carrier capacity of the red blood cell is reduced. It means enough materials is important to produce hemoglobin, and resulting in anemia. Anemia it means our blood lacking enough red blood cell. When iron levels are low in the diet, in the small intestine, more efficiently absorbs iron is in an attempt to compensate for low dietary intake. It means if we have enough iron in our body, the absorption rate is fair. It's just fair. But when our body needs more iron, the kind of signal is coming, then our body will adjust our situation to that. And here I want to share important information here. The table 11.1, enhancers and inhibitors of iron absorption. It's very strange. I need to explain that a little bit. What is enhancer? Enhancer means some foods or some ingredients that will increase the absorption of iron. It's called enhancer. For example, meat, fish, poultry, seafood, stomach acid. Except the stomach acid we can produce by our stomach. The other one are foods we need to eat. This term inhibitor. Inhibitor, it means to suppress, to block, to slow the iron absorption, including phosphate, calcium. Yeah, you're right, calcium. Calcium is good for us. Everybody knows it's essential nutrient. But too much calcium will decrease the absorption of iron. It's a little bit strange, I know. And tea, because some compounds in tea may chelate, may interfere the absorption of iron. Coffee, colas, soy protein, high dose of minerals. For example, antacid. Bran is a structure, skin structure of a whale or rice. It's called bran. Fiber, phytate, oxalate. Oxalate is very common in plant. Phenols. In phenols. Okay, so if you feel not comfortable, ask your doctor. But in the US, to see a doctor, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot. But if you want to study in the US, you need to join the student health insurance. You need to join it costs you a lot of money. I know that. But you have no choice because you go to the US. Thus, if you want to stay in Taiwan to finish your degree, that's okay. At least the medical treatment is much cheaper than the US. And polyphenols. Poly means a lot of, not only one, a lot of. Phenols is a compound. Polyphenols is very common in plant foods. For example, cabbage, purple cabbage, or the traditional cabbage. Plants, spinach, broccoli, and some fruits. The polyphenols has the property of antioxidant. Antioxidant can protect the human body from the attack of free radical. Generally, the polyphenols is good for human health, but it's an inhibitor. It's an inhibitor for iron absorption. Okay, then. Okay, and the other one, the iron toxicity. Too much iron will be harmful for you. The body excretes little iron, and therefore the potential for accumulation in tissue or organs is considerable. Iron accumulation in a certain tissue and organs can cause a host of health problems in children and adults. And sorry, I prefer to read adults. There's American accent. But when I listen to a YouTuber, a Canadian teacher, she reads adults. Then I check the dictionary. Both ways are okay. Including extreme fatigue, arthritis, joint pain, and severe liver and heart toxicity. And here is the dietary reference intake D, R, I, and with an S. it means plural, from iron. And here is RDA, here is UL. UL means the upper limit. For example, adolescents, no, you are not an adolescent, you are adult now. And for adults, the recommendation value is 8 for male and 18 for females, and no more than 45 milligrams per day. That is the upper limit. If you over the range, over the upper limit, it may be toxic for you. It may be toxic for you. Okay, so try to have the basic concept about the recommendation value, dietary reference intake. It means every day. For me, I'm the man here. I need 8 milligrams per day. And for women, during the certain period, they need more iron. That is 18 per day, 18 milligrams per day. Okay, let me go to next. And here is the dietary sources of iron. Dietary sources of iron. Like first one, about the breakfast cereals. Okay, that's very common, but the original materials may not have so much iron. Thus, businessmen fortified iron into the cereals. Again, maybe the original materials has not enough or in a low level of iron, and the cereals has been fortified. It means artificially added extra nutrients into the cereals. Oysters, dark chocolate, beef liver, lentils is plain, spinach is plain, boiled. Tofu, you can eat tofu every day in Taiwan. But when I was a graduate student in the US, every week we went to the Asia supermarket to buy tofu. Next time I will find some good information around the University of Wisconsin. I will tell you where is the Asia store. Kidney beans, sardine, the kind of fish. Okay, let me finish this part. Let's go to the next one.